Danny was a huge inspiration for me. Full Metal Edges was my favorite. The year that came out, that's definitely the DVD that I watched the most out of all the movies that came out that year. All about the fun and the skits and just something more than just, you know, shred porn. I just love that.
Danny was unique. He was punk. He was so opposite of what snowboarding was trying to kind of push towards, of like, you know, kind of fitting everybody in this box. And Danny came in and he was a round peg in a square box. You know, he was his own person, his own style, and Danny always did shit his own way.
You know, we would watch, you know, Danny as he would progress, and then, you know, we would just turn around to one another and go, damn, where did that come from? We were just kind of in awe, just going really with the ride of the whole thing. I mean, you know, we went from, like, you know, the local Mid-Atlantic series, you know, to the Green Mountain series, and then, you know, he started to do were the ASTs at the time, and always wanted to do the US Open, and that was the big thing. And then, you know, next thing you know, he was winning the US Open, winning the X Games and everything, and then on to the Olympics.
In 2008, I kind of jumped on the Nike snowboarding program, and before they'd finished their first boot, got this call from Bobby Meeks. Bobby Meeks, what a cool dude.
He was always the life of the party, but he was also just like, dude, we have so much work to do, and you're just like not focusing on any of the stuff that we need to do. But he kind of had it all figured out. He was just like, you know what, I'm living the dream right now, and I'm doing it my way. And for me, I always admired that about Danny. It was not only his writing that made him who he is, but it was also his magnetic personality, his way he approached things, his nonchalant kind of style, like, yeah, I think I'm gonna go just drop in and do this 9 right now, no big deal. He never treated it like it was a job, like that I could tell.
Basically, I had this opportunity to kind of help build a new boot with Nike and, 7 other badass riders.
Forgot about the Nike days. Danny's still Vans in my mind. I blank out on all the Nike stuff.
They're chill. Like, if I get caught by the weed or something, like, I'll freak out, and then I'll be like very quiet, and I'm not getting out of my room for like half of the year, They're like chilling, they're so casual, like, yeah, we just got cut the weed.
After the 2006 Olympics, I kind of like came home and was not really like wanting to just do a whole winter of competition or filming, so I decided a cool way to like give back would be to do a contest series called Grenade Strikes Back. And basically me and Dingo and a few other people organized 4 events around the US, just like little amateur snowboard contests that we'd go and judge. Somehow the Danny and Dingo show spawned out of this idea I had.
The idea was that we were going to go out, we created this Grenade Strikes Back tour, which I had the tattoo. That's the original 93-94 Winnebago, and it's the Grenade Strikes Back tour, and I got that tattoo on the tour.
Well, that gave me and Dingo the opportunity to kind of plan trips, do whatever we want, bring our friends along, and just spend Fox and fuel money on snowboarding trips. So it was like we went to Riks Gronsen. We went to 17th of May in Norway, which is a good one. But I think at that time in our snowboard world, it was like a lot of team budgets were really drying up, and it was really a cool opportunity to just plan a weird kind of travel show after the end of my winters and just put on an extra 2 months and figure out an idea where this camera crew could follow us and it wouldn't be too overwhelming or in the way or annoying.
Danny's 2-time Olympic silver medalist and 13 X Games medals and 5 US Open championships, and I knew that, so I was always happy to be the punching bag and the comedian part, and our duo just kind of worked, and we were able to bring all of our friends with us, and it just made sense. He's extremely smart, and that really comes off. So I was able to play the role perfectly as the dumb guy.
I think Grenade was that perfect balance, and Danny at the time with that crew, snowboarding needed that because it was really getting close to being very uptight, and you know, there was some money coming in. You had the X Games and you had your Targets and your box stores that wanted a piece of it, MTV, but with, you know, there's like checks and balances, and Danny and the Grenade crew were like, nah, like, yeah, we'll take your money, but we're gonna do things our way. So if you don't want to give us the money, we're still gonna do things our way.
I mean, I think people can struggle with, you know, a departum of snowboarding, or after, like, you know, reaching these peaks in certain ways. And for me, a big part of it was like, you know, I'm always been a bit of a quiet person and shy at times. And for me, it kind of felt like the last few years of like snowboarding, like with social media, it was like just like my job to be social and to do it and like put it out there. So kind of at the end of it, where it was like, you know, I don't really like need to do that as much anymore. Like, I wanted to kind of start anew in a weird way. And I think that was something that kind of like, you know, not that I struggled with, but I think that people saw around me who just kind of didn't understand. You know, it's like a hard thing to understand is when you're getting paid to promote these products and paid to do these things, that when you're done, maybe it's like, I don't know, maybe you don't really want to be in the limelight as much. Maybe that wasn't really something that I did it for. I think I just really wanted to achieve, you know, wanted to achieve these goals within my own mind, you know, which were either trick-based or event-based. And it really wasn't follower-based. And then some kid from Saudi Arabia hacked my Instagram account and made off with 50,000 followers. And I started over again. And I don't mind. Snowboarding was something that I really did for like me and myself and, you know, a group that really kind of, we all did it together in a way. So once a lot of those familiar faces kind of left the scene, you know, it just didn't really mean as much, I guess. I think one of my favorite sayings is life. The longer you live, the more it hurts. So you just got to get used to dealing with pain. I mean, if you want to be a snowboarder and a pro snowboarder, you're going to deal with a lot of pain.